So welcome back. The network doesn't work very well, so I restarted the live session, and let's continue share the book Reclaim the Throne of the Heart. And I think the author's preface is the best introduction of this book. So I'm reading the preface from the book Reclaim the Throne of Your Heart by Xuemo. So let's continue. Preface of the book Reclaim the Throne of Your Heart. The reason I named this series the Spiritual Yoga series is that my writings embody the spirit of self-mastery. If I were a computer running a program of wisdom, and you were another computer seeking such a program, then my words would serve as the data cable between us. Through this transfer, something essential is passed on, and that is why many readers, by simply reading my books, have found release from suffering. In Chinese history, there have been many who attained realization simply by chanting scriptures. The principle is the same. One great master once said, "For one who has realized emptiness, the words that flow from his realization are no different from the Dharma body of the Buddha giving teachings." This is known as the wisdom Dharmakaya manifesting in the form of words. For those who karmic affinity, I also encourage the further study of the Shampakagu Mahamudra Yoga, which has been praised as pure as gold. When I first encountered it 20 years ago, I was astounded by its profundity. After 2 decades of disciplined cultivation, I realized that what I had initially received was only the key to a great treasure trove. Without those 20 years of practice, the key would have remained just a key, but with those years, I have now entered the vault and seen its priceless treasures. This is a form of wisdom and science deeply needed by today's world and humanity. So Reclaim the Throne of Your Heart, one of the spiritual yoga series by Mr. Xuemo. I have made a vow to share this treasure with the world to benefit as many people as possible. Therefore, even for those with a karmic connection, simply reading a book grounded in right view and wisdom can bring freedom from suffering and the attainment of joy. And for those who do not necessarily follow any religion, the correct view and wisdom conveyed in this book remain equally vital. A heart nourished with deeper insight will, without doubt, grow stronger. For general yoga practitioners, the right view presented here will serve as a powerful aid in their practice. For any cultivation without right view can never reach true fulfillment. So, this is the preface for the book Reclaim the Throne of Your Heart. If you are attracted by this preface by Mr. Xuemo, and if you are interested in mastering your life, you can mastering your mind. You can search for Xuemo on Amazon and find this yellow book, Reclaim the Throne of Your Heart. It is about master your mind, master your destiny. So Eva, Wendy will do the live session after me. So reclaim the throne of your heart focuses on central idea that by understanding and stabilizing the mind, individuals can gradually change how they experience and respond to life. And it also presents a practical perception on how inner clarity can influence direction, decision making, and overall life experience. And in this sense, the message can be summarized simply: to work with the mind is to work with the foundation of one's life. And from that foundation, a more stable and intentional way of living can gradually take shape. Oh, nice tea. This is the white tea. It is called the white tea. It is very soft. It won't make you like awake in when you're in the night. So reclaim the throne of your heart from the yoga series, and another book of the spiritual yoga series, and which is more popular internationally, and it is world is uh, the world is a fraction of the mind. Let me see, where is the book? The world is a reflection of the mind. Maybe my click take it away. Took it away. Okay, the world is a reflection of the mind. So it is not just a book, it is a mirror. It tells us the world you see is echo of your inner world. When your mind is restless, so the world is a reflection of the mind. When your mind is restless, everything seems broken. When your heart is calm, even chaos becomes harmony. Through gentle words and timeless Eastern wisdom, Xuemo guides us back to the quiet center of our being. He reminds us that peace is not something we find in the world. Peace is what we bring to the world when we understand our own mind. So for readers who feel lost, anxious, or disconnected, this book feels like a light in the fog, a quiet companion whispering, "You are not alone. Your world changes when your heart awakens." So if your heart longs for clarity, for stillness, for meaning, let this book be your mirror. Let it help you rediscover who you truly are. And the world you see is nothing more than a mirror of your heart. A joyful person sees joy, a sorrowful person sees sorrow, an angry person sees injustice. This simple idea forms the core of the book. Our consciousness shapes our reality. Xuemo writes, if the heart is like still water, the world will reflect it clearly. But if the heart is muddy, the world becomes a distorted illusion. Most of us spend our whole lives trying to change the world around us, yet few think of changing the world within. But once the heart changes, everything changes. He shares a small story that two people look at the same half glass of water. One side is half empty, the other smiles. It's half full. The same class, yet two completely different worlds. So happiness doesn't come from what we have, but from how we see what we have. And another line that touches a lot of readers deeply is this: your troubles are not your enemies, they are your teachers. And each worry hides an opportunity to grow. When you see obstacles as stepping stones, they lift you higher. And perhaps the most liberating truth of all, the past is gone, the future has not arrived, only the present is real. To live is to be fully here, to eat when eating, drink when drinking, walk when walking, work when working. And that is the true mindfulness, and that is the beauty of the present moment. So reading the world is a reflection of the mind. Feels like entering a quiet retreat within yourself. It's a journey of self-discovery and healing, an invitation to pause amid the noise of the world, to look inward and to rediscover the beauty and meaning of life. When we let go of attachment and prejudice and begin to see the world with new eyes, we realize that beauty has always been there. We just forgot how to see it. If you are searching for peace, purpose, or clarity, this book will gently guide you inward, helping you find the still, luminous space within your own heart. So what I'm talking about is the world is a reflection of the mind. It is available on Amazon and also available on our online store shop.xuemo.com. Okay, I see some friends here. You can share your opinion or anything you want to talk about in the chat section, and tell me where you're from. So the power of the book Reclaim the Throne of Your Heart, it doesn't just teach, it heals. Its words awaken something silent and secret within us. So if you ever felt lost, restless, or uncertain, and this is the book you've been waiting for. Because when the heart becomes clear, the path ahead opens. Okay, can you hear me? Let me check from my cell phone. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, thank you. Hi, Village Gaming. Hello, Loic. Hello. I think the network is not working very well. Let me know if you are here. Yes. So if you're new here, please subscribe to our channel. Here we are mainly about the wisdom and insight from Xuemo's works. And in last live session, we are talking mainly about his novels. And in today's live session, we are sharing the works about the mind, more about the inner world and self-cultivation. Yeah. Hi, villager. Villager's gaming question. Which book you very like to reading? Okay, I will recommend Xuemo's works. And the favorite book during Xuemo's 80 titles is the 无死的金刚心, and should be directly translated into like the Deathless Diamond Heart. Very powerful title, and the first edition, English edition, it is translated into the Holy Monk and the Spirit Woman. And this book is available on our online store, shop.xuemo.com. So what is this book about? I will read what it says on the preface. So, a spiritual epic of the ultimate journey, the biography of an enlightened teacher written as a novel, a mystical hidden treasure recorded in Dakini script, a Tibetan yoga master forgotten by the world, a dialogue in the mirror of light that spans 1,000 years, a story of events buried in the dust of the past, of a journey to India in search of the Dharma, a road to experiencing enlightenment by conquering the self. So, this book is available on our online store, shop.xuemo.com. So, the original Chinese title carries a very powerful meaning that it is called 无死的金刚心, the deathless diamond heart, and it can be understood as a heart that is indestructible and beyond life and death. The English wait a moment, let me check if my voice can be heard. Okay. So the English title was published, The Holy Monk and the Spirit Woman, and actually a new translation edition will be published in near future. So and maybe it's a mirror for our own inner journey. And Dr. Green, what is the mark on Xuemo forehead? Three folds of wisdom. I think, there is a book called also by Xuemo is giving you a wisdom eye. I think that in my personal opinion, many readers' opinion, it is the wisdom eye. You think so? Very interesting, but maybe is it reality or not? We don't know. We never know. Wisdom eye, yes. In many traditions, the third eye represents awareness, insight, and clarity. Okay, philosophy eye. What's your first book that you read before reading the Xuemo's book? How can I understand that? Remember that I started reading at a very, very young age, maybe from 11. I think from 11, I started reading my father's works, my father's books, the books on the bookshelf. I started reading, and the books I have reading in my early age is the European and American classic works like 呼啸山庄. Which the one impressed me a lot when I was 11 and started to read Xuemo's. Not the works is many books are by Emily Bronte. For example, Wuthering Heights, and also the Jane Eyre, Flow with the Wind. And these books gave me my first impression of human emotion, complexity, and storytelling. And later, when I encountered Xuemo's works, it felt like entering a completely different dimension. It was no longer just about stories, but about life, mind, and inner transformation. Hi, Luke. Your father is in China. So where are you? Where are you? Oh, you're in UK. So are you Chinese? So have we met in the UK? How do you work? Wow, so complicated. So you're born in India, currently in UK, and your father works in China. Uh, okay, never met Mr. Xuemo. Really, I thought you. So how do you subscribe to our channel? How do you know our channel? From me? How? So So, I actually we have prepared many paperwork, both by in the computer and the paperwork. So here is an article about Xuemo, why he did do so many things. So, Xuemo says, since I understand the impermanence of worldly life and can enjoy inner tranquility on my own, why do I still write this book? Why do I still speak so much? Why do I not hide in the mountains like hermits, or simply return home to farm? Because I know that many people suffer deeply simply because they don't understand the truth of the world. I would rather use my brief life to follow the examples of sages such as the Buddha and Confucius, to do something beneficial for society, to speak words that may help others, and to create genuine value within limited life. As for whether society will truly benefit in the end, that I leave to circumstances. And my way of adapting to the world lies in speaking the truth in a way people can understand, without avoiding social reality. My acceptance of circumstances lies in not forcing society to accept my views, nor feeling resentful, because best-selling authors earn more royalties than I do. So let's talk about the faith. The faith. Oh, I forgot something. When it comes to faith, people tend to believe that their own path is the only correct one. A Buddhist may say that Buddhism is the true path. A Christian may believe that faith in God is the only truth, and that other beliefs are false, urging. In reality, every religion has its own beauty. We can find something valuable in each of them. But the real question is, how do we find the path that is truly right for us? Should we follow our inner feeling, or how do we choose the path up the mountain? And all religions believe they are right. So what should we do? The answer is simple. It depends on what you need. Your needs determine your choice. Just like every city in the world can be beautiful, whether you go to New York, Manhattan, Los Angeles, or Hollywood. You choose your destination based on what you are looking for, and then you buy the ticket accordingly. Among all religions, each offers something unique. Christianity, for example, offers something very powerful, a strong sense of community and a universal love. It provides social connections for work, relationships, and support in times of need. This kind of community can be incredibly powerful. However, it also has limitations if you observe carefully. Many of the most intense conflicts and wars in today's world are associated with creation. People swear on the Bible and then press a button to launch missiles. Isn't that a contradiction? Take Russia and Ukraine, both believe in the same God, yet they are at war with each other. Why? Because they cannot resolve the deeper, ultimate problem. Each side believes their understanding of God is the right one, and the other is wrong. But in essence, it is the same God. So why do conflicts arise? Because God is being used as a tool. When convenient, faith becomes a justification for war, for power, for resource control. The same applies across religions. God of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam all refer to the same ultimate reality, yet people fight. Not for God, but the name of God. To pursue wealth, power, and desire, the real issue is desire. Desire is not resolved. Even someone who believes in God can still be driven by greed. If desire is not addressed, conflict will inevitably arise. This shows that such faith does not fully resolve the fundamental human problem, because it does not eliminate desire or inner suffering. In contrast, traditional Chinese culture, deeply influenced by Buddhism and Taoism, offers a different approach. It emphasizes non-harm, respect for life, inner cultivation. It teaches methods to deal with desires, letting go of attachment, releasing obsession with wealth, transcending craving. Through such practice, a person gradually overcomes the desire. When one truly lets go, they realize no amount of wealth truly satisfies. Even vast resources or billions of dollars can disappear in an instant. What remains is peace in the present moment, joy in letting go. If you see this kind of inner peace and freedom from suffering, then Buddhism and Taoism offer a path toward clarity, tranquility, liberation from attachment. So ultimately, the choice depends on your need. If you seek community and social support, Christianity may serve you. If you seek inner peace and freedom from suffering, Buddhism or Taoism may guide you. It is like medicine, you choose the treatment based on your illness, or like travel, your destination determines which ticket you buy. Your destination determines your path. Your need determines your faith. Right? Okay, Jerry, you look like you are the furthest. Huh? You record the message. I'm just reading it. So if you're new here, please subscribe our channel, and if you are our old friends, please share our channel to your social community so more people will know our channel, and more readers reading Xuemo's works. So many people place their hope for life in something external, a God outside themselves. Fate, luck, or forces they believe will save them. But what we are exploring here is something different. Through the writings of the Chinese author Xuemo, the focus is not on worshipping an external God, but on awakening the power within. In Chinese culture, there is a saying, "My destiny is determined by me, not by heaven." This is not arrogance, it is responsibility. It means realizing that your life does not truly belong to anyone else. And that real change begins when the heart returns to itself. When your heart belongs to you, you stop waiting to be saved, and you begin to live consciously. So, in Xuemo's works, and many topics are about master the mind and master the destiny. And what shapes a person's destiny is ultimately the choices they make, and the actions they take, and the consequences that follow those actions. Whether those consequences are good or bad, at the deepest level, they are all reflections of that person's inner world. For example, if someone does not truly value health, then at certain moments of desire or impulse, they may indulge themselves without restraint. Over time, this may develop into harmful habits such as smoking, drinking, and staying up late night after night. If a person is deeply selfish, then what matters most to them will naturally be personal gain and loss. Their decisions and actions will first protect their own interests. That may lead them to tell lies, or even to do things that damage the interests of others. And every action influences how others see them, how others respond to them, and eventually what kinds of opportunities or difficulties come into their life. All of these together gradually form what we call destiny. If a person is deeply selfless, however, then what matters most is the work itself. Xuemo often says that he grew up in the countryside without social background and without strong financial support. He experienced many hardships, setbacks, and even things that many people would call misfortune. But none of those ever shook his dream of his pursuit. Instead, every difficulty became a ladder that helped him move upward. Why? Because he transformed all of those experiences into nourishment for life itself. Under that nourishment, his inner world became stronger day by day. He also said that he was never someone skilled at managing relationships nor interested in doing many things that clever people often enjoy doing. Yet in his life, several benefactors appeared, people who selflessly offered him real help. For that, he remains deeply grateful. Okay, many people are asking the question, is the meaning of life inherent, or is it something we create ourselves? Is life's purpose meant to be discovered or invented? What is your view on the meaning of life? This is the answer from Xuemo. There are two perspectives on this. The first is the Western perspective, which shows that life is essentially nihilistic. Nihilistic? Many people believe that life has no inherent meaning. Of course, in the West, there are also other views. For example, Christianity believes that life will ultimately return to God, and therefore life does have an ultimate meaning. In China, more broadly in Eastern thought, the prevailing view is different. Life is simply a process. Life is like a bridge. One walks from one side of the river to the other. And my own view is this: individual life does not possess meaning at the beginning. Meaning must be set and actively created by oneself. Once you assign meaning, life becomes more meaningful. Life is like filling the blank process. The essence of life is the same. It is like insects in winter. Large numbers die and large numbers are born again. Hello, if you're new here, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much. And if one seeks eternal, unchanging meaning within this cycle, none can be found. Therefore, each person must question and establish their own meaning of life. Pure biological life in itself has no inherent meaning. If you observe an insect from birth to death, there is no meaning to be found. From a human value perspective, natural life itself does not carry meaning. So the question is, here is a question. In an ideal world, what allows us to achieve immortality? Xuemo's answer is like this. It is the spirit. The spirit achieves immortality. Human beings exist in both physical and spiritual dimensions. Only the spirit will inevitably attain immortality. Spiritual immortality manifests on multiple levels. First, certain spiritual values are passed down through generations For example, in Christianity, the spirit of Jesus, universal love contributes to spread throughout the world today, believed in and carried forward by hundreds of millions of people. Second, information achieves permanence. This relates to what we call wisdom. For instance, what I am sharing in this live stream will never truly disappear in the digital world. Countless servers will preserve it, readers will record and share it with others. Once information is created, it never truly vanishes. The same is true in nature. No piece of information ever completed disappears. So figures such as Lao Tzu, Confucius, and Socrates achieved immortality through selfless, altruistic, through thought and action. Even today, their words and deeds shine like the sun, illuminating humanity's path forward and accumulating imperishable merit for themselves. Therefore, only through our thoughts and through everything we contribute to the world can we achieve true immortality. A reader once commented, I have read many books, but I always feel that your words are not limited to the present era. They will contribute to influence young people at any point in the future. This reader is absolutely right. That is because my words contain the transmission of spirit, the transmission of culture, and the transmission of merit. As a result, they will inevitably influence generation after generation. Everyone who reads my words will benefit from them, and the next generation will be no exception. At the root of this is the fact that my works contain the love and wisdom most needed by this era. I have often said that readers gain 4 things from reading my books. First, love. After reading, readers awaken a sense of love and learn to express love through action. Second, wisdom. The inner lamp is lit, enabling discernment and the ability to make the right choices. Third, health, both physical and mental health, as readers feel their bodies and minds gradually improving. Fourth, joy. These 4 qualities are essential. It is precisely because of them that my works possess deeper and more enduring influence. So these are for today's live stream. The network was very well today, but thank you for your companion. Thank you so much. Okay, bye for now.